Coming up next on Wall Street Warriors.
The market has been completely insane, and no one's ever seen anything like this before.
We're looking at a depression, even worse than a recession.
Every day, the market is just getting pounded and pounded.
I literally had a guy crying on the phone. He lost $50 million.
We're down 2,400 points on the Dow. There is fear down here I've never seen before in my life. Nobody really knows what's going on. Nobody knows what to make of it. People are in trouble.
Send Wall Street to jail!
I'm not comfortable.
No money for scumbags on Wall Street!
It's a little hostile, I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel too safe here.
We have blood on our hands!
Wow, this is insane. How are we gonna leave this building today?
We're gonna walk out in suits, they may attack us. They're after Wall Street guys, and they think it's our fault.
We are in the midst right now of a serious situation. This past week has just been like nothing I've ever seen. One half under half. Every day, the market is just getting pounded and pounded. We've lost 2,400 points on the Dow. S&P's down 200 points. Horse shit. $12 price, but there is fear down here I've never seen before in my life. Nobody really knows what's going on. Nobody knows what to make of it. People are in trouble.
At 12, we've just seen tremendous waves of selling. It seems like any chance that people have to get out, they're just selling assets.
There's no money out there. Nobody's lending money back and forth.
They're just selling assets to raise cash because the commercial credit lines have seized up. Nobody can borrow money right now. It's basically like a machine running without oil.
Coming into the office this morning, again, we're dealing with the market going through some serious fluctuations. We need some economic help from the government. There are talks of a bailout, anywhere from $700 to $750 billion. Ken's been on the horn all morning, just trying to figure out what's going on.
Everyone's getting slapped left and right. The market's swinging 3 to 4, swinging 800 points a day, intraday.
What I think is everyone should go to cash. Quote me on this, I think the market would probably touch anywhere between 78 to 7,900. So
I think we're headed into very deep depression, or recession, I should say.
No one wants to admit that we're in a recession, but if you remember 2 months ago, I said that we're looking at a depression, even worse than a recession.
I agree with you, Phil. We don't agree on much, but
We lost Merrill Lynch, we lost Lehman Brothers, we lost Bear Stearns, AIG. Absolute complete shock. No one's ever seen anything like this before. The market has been completely insane, and I sort of do a roll call now in the morning to see who's still standing. I was just checking in. Give me a call when you can. I just wanted to guesstimate on October. The stories we're hearing are incredible. I literally had a guy crying on the phone the other day. It was absolutely horrible. The guy lost $50 million. They closed his firm, they closed his desk. There are no jobs. He has to feed his family. So, I mean, you're going to see that played out everywhere. Okay. If someone starts a fund with a couple of $100 million and he runs it up to $4 billion, he figures out very quickly that if I get 2% on the $4 billion, if I could raise another $30 billion, my income is just going to explode. So many of them opened the floodgate, took capital that they couldn't deploy, couldn't monitor the trades, and ended up paying for it. They got hurt because they overexpanded.
Just flew in this morning. I left my house at 4:30 to get here. We're coming to Teaneck, New Jersey. Going to meet around 100 clients. Teach them how to trade options. Teach them how to use the platform. You know, take away the fear of how to execute a trade online. The market is in such turmoil these days that I'm a little apprehensive. I want to be with my customers. I also want to be down at Wall Street. I also want to be in front of my computer. I want to see what's going on.
But here he is from Chicago, Mr. Tony Batista.
Thank you.
We have uncertainty right now in this world. Would you not agree? We got a financial system that's in ruins. You could make an argument that we are in the process of having a crash. Now, are you prepared for that? Trading, it's not brain surgery. You just need a little bit of knowledge. I'm going to show you how to execute the trades. The market's in a turbulent time. We're having 500-point moves in the Dow each day. 3%, 4% moves per day are something we should not be seeing. But, you know, we've got a credit crisis here, and we've got a lot of fear in the market. A lot of fear in the market. Thank you. These are all new customers. They're fearful of their pensions. They're fearful of their 401ks. Remember, everything has changed. Just like I was telling you, there was no financial crisis. They're scared, and they want to know what they can do to protect themselves, how they can protect themselves.
So, Broussard, how are you, sir? How are you? You just got your statement and you're panicking, huh?
We've been getting calls from some concerned clients as to the volatility of the market. I mean, who's not concerned?
You don't want to keep losing any more money? I mean, you really haven't lost any money. I don't think anything is funny, sir. I'm being very serious right now. The best thing for you to do is not to panic, because this is what's happening all across the board. Everyone's panicking and they're saying, get me out. Your money is safe here. You're sitting in about 78% cash right now. So we're looking pretty decent, to be honest with you. Given the fact of what's happened with this market, I mean, we saw over almost a 50% drop.
No, he's not losing money with us. He's losing money with his other accounts on the street. And the thing about it is, we've told him to transfer those funds over here 6 months ago.
I understand that you've lost, and it took you 15 years to build up your net worth that you're building, and you're not the only one that has saw some losses here. I have people that have retirement accounts, and and I feel bad for them because it's something that they've worked for 25, 15, 30 years, and now they're saying, wow, that was the money I had for Jonathan for college. And that's the position that a lot of people are in, and it's really sad. But the point of the matter is, with the market down here at 8,300, I would think it's irrational to get out of everything completely. I think the market's starting to stabilize itself, and I know you heard this song before, but what we're doing is we're protecting all the 401ks, IRAs, and pension plans. I'm not going to watch your retirement funds dwindle away, and they have not under my watch.
Right now, we're seeing things down here market-wise that we've never seen before.
If you look at the biggest down days, 3 of them were in the last 2 weeks.
Just a couple days ago, I think we had a record down day. Now we're looking at another record on top of that. So it's hard to really pick a bottom here because we're kind of in uncharted territory.
The housing market has caught everybody.
I didn't realize how deep the mortgage market was tied into everything. You saw these financial firms on Wall Street, they're all holding mortgages. So the housing market goes south, everybody goes south.
It's like a house of cards, unfortunately.
Well, how many do you have in the crowd? We've got 300.
Lehman has actually gone bankrupt. There was a government takeover of Bear Stearns, and there's kind of a laundry list of other banks that have either gone under or look like they're going to go under. Merrill, Goldman, Wachovia.
When you hear names like that have been solid forever, I mean, it's bad.
I'm the CEO of a small startup hedge fund, AlphaWorks. It's a market-neutral fund which tries to make money in any market environment. Even though the stock market overall is down about 35% on the year, we're down only about 5%, which is not as good as being up, but it's a lot better than some of the very biggest and best-known hedge funds in the world have been doing. Unfortunately, with the crashing of the stock markets around the world and the aversion to risk which people are now experiencing, the prospect for raising money has only gotten dimmer. A few months ago, I had a business lunch in New York with Rich Taglianetti, and I told him about my fund and my background, and he was intrigued by our strategy. How much money realistically do you think we could have by the end of this year?
It's all about performance. You can easily attract $500 million if you could demonstrate that the strategy will generate these returns consistently in all environments.
I haven't spoken with Rich in a while, and I'm going to be calling him today to follow up on our meeting. We have to hope Rich will be able to raise money for us in what is the worst time in the history of the hedge fund industry, and it's harder than ever to raise money for a tiny startup like mine.
September was the worst month in about 18 years for hedge funds. There are probably 9,000 to 10,000 hedge funds. Estimates now are we could lose 60% in the next 6 months. The game is changing. We need regulation now. We can't regulate ourselves, so we've just demonstrated that. We need to get our heads handed to us, our butts kicked, until we fix what's broken.
This isn't just a U.S. problem, it's now a global problem. You've seen emerging markets get destroyed over the last month. This is going to change the way we view capitalism. I think there's a lot of blame to go around in terms of who's at fault here and whether lack of regulation was a part of the problems that we're seeing right now. I think it's a certainty that there's going to be a lot of regulation that comes out of this. Some will be good, some will be bad.
Over-regulation is not good, but under-regulation is also not good.
200! People prove over and over that if left to their own devices, they try and line their own pockets.
95 a dime!
And in the last decade, there are countless scandals where it's been comical to watch the parade of CEOs saying, oh, you know, nothing's wrong here, our books are fine, and then 2 days later, they're bankrupted.
I got a call from the office telling me that, there was going to be a demonstration down at Wall and Broad, which is right where Wall Street is. I mean, that is the mecca of the financial world. This is the bull, the symbol of everything great in our country. You can't get any closer to Wall Street, and they are here en masse.
Bullshit! You broke it! You bought it! Bullshit! You broke it! You bought it!
They were angry about the bailout. Nobody wants to support this. They don't want the people to be responsible for it. I want to sell my suit right now and buy a t-shirt. I mean, the cops have riot gear on and machine guns. I'm sure everything with what's going on in the world it brings it a little, escalates it, but they ain't messing around. I wanted to see what was going to go on. What were they going to do to Wall Street? What did the people have to say? What's the message you're trying to get through?
We have been suffering through the last 8 years of class warfare on the middle class and the working class in this country. They had no money for the people in New Orleans, but they had billions upon billions of dollars for bailouts and for the war on the people of Iraq and Afghanistan, and we are sick of this f***ing bullshit!
You can't afford health care, but you can't afford a $700 billion bailout? Are you kidding me?
Aren't a lot of people who invested in these products, people like you, people like me?
People are going to lose anyway. This thing is not going to do it. People are going to lose. This is only $700 billion they're talking about. The losses are in the trillions.
They're angry with the banks. They're angry with the oil companies. Everybody's angry at everybody. But what are we going to do? Let's come up with a solution. Let's stop yelling and arguing about it. If you don't like what the fat cats from Wall Street are coming up with, then give us something else. Give us a solution.
They should fund the bailout and not healthcare, because it's a very rich person I can't afford $700 billion, but I can afford, a couple of $100,000 for healthcare. Would you like some money?
For certain, here, I'll just take a few. I don't want it all. I don't want to be a greedy pig.
No. There's so much of it. I mean, there's 700 billion. It's actually a sort of foreign-looking currency. It's backed by other nations investing in this one, which seems a little dubious, but it's the only way I can get a lot of money.
Everybody had their own agenda, but the core message was, it's got to stop. It's just got to stop. I love this country. I love Wall Street. You want to leave this country in a better place than you found it, and I don't know if that's what we're doing.
The demonstration has actually moved from where it started out to right here. Right outside of our office, because we're right outside of the New York Stock Exchange. You can actually, if you stay quiet a little bit, you can kind of hear the chanting. And I think there's probably 600-700 people outside right now. A lot of angry Main Streeters.
We just opened up the windows, and it's crazy out there. Wow, this is insane.
They're going crazy. They're pissed about the $700 billion coming out of the taxpayers' dollars. No one feels that they should be bailing out these big banks that default.
You know what?
And defrauded everyone.
People are not happy because at the end of the day, they're gonna have to pay for this.
Yeah, basically what they're saying is, you broke the financial system, you go into a store, you break something, you bought it.
You broke it, you bought it.
Just to justify this bailout, I do think people don't know the real dynamics of it and that it is really needed for the survival of this economy. The general public doesn't understand the nature of this.
Because you know what? It doesn't help them.
If the credit market is frozen, guess what? They can't get loans, they can't get credit cards, they can't get auto loans. Main Street just doesn't get it. They think that they're completely separated from Wall Street, but Wall Street is Main Street because that's where the dollars come from. It comes from Main Street.
That was a good point.
If we don't have this bailout, there's going to be more loss of jobs, more people out on the streets. It's going to be 1929, 1931 all over again.
It's time that we have money for jobs, money for education, and money for social justice, and no money for war and for scumbags at Wall Street.
If we don't help with the bailout, the whole market falls. If the whole market falls, there'll be no money left for any of the social groups that they wanted to help. The homeless, the poor, the middle class. There'll be nothing left.
Another continuation of what we've seen down here, another bad day, and I think until the market gets some answers, it's going to continue like this. We need to know who's going to fail, who's going to be around, and how deep it is. We're sensing it's real deep, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
I think over the last 20 years, Wall Street had free reign to do what they want. Now, those same people are going to get bailed out by the government. I know the government's trying to keep the whole financial system sound, but I do not fault the American public for being like, what are you talking about? If Joe Blow on the street opened a business, a flower shop, a restaurant, and his business failed, nobody's giving him a check for $2 million when he walks out. His business failed and he's in trouble. I feel for the people that were retiring this year or next year in 2 years. They had X amount of dollars. Now they have 1/3 of what they had. And all their plans, all their hopes, all their dreams that they've worked for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years are gone. I mean, their whole life has changed, and you couldn't feel worse for those people.
Even with the $700 billion bailout package that's proposed, I don't even think that's enough to sustain what we're going through right now. We're going to need at least $1.2 to $1.6 trillion injected into this economy.
For the working man, for the guy who's going to college, say no to Wall Street! No cash for trash! Tell Wall Street to kiss my ass!
People are starting to get a little angry here. I mean, they really are.
No more bail! Send Wall Street to jail!
Not comfortable.
We will not take it!
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel too safe here.
How are we going to leave this building today? That's a real question.
I do not want to go through that right there. It's not promising.
We're going to walk out in suits. They may attack us. I don't know, you know? They're after Wall Street guys, you know, and they think it's our fault. I'm just here in the mix like everyone else.
We can get out of the Pine exit.
Oh, the Pine Street exit. These guys are not stupid.
They got us surrounded.
500 people.
They got they got the New York Stock Exchange surrounded. What's going on here?
I'm calling Rich Taglianetti, who raises money for startup hedge funds. Let's see if he's been able to find any investors who are interested in investing money with us.
What's going on?
It's been an obviously horrific time for the investment community. We've actually been doing pretty well. We are flat in the month of October, which is kind of a victory considering some of the biggest and best hedge funds in the world are down 20-30%, are going out of business. You know, we think we're really holding our own and doing relatively well.
You're winning by default, but we want you to win because you're good.
Stabilize, or have we bottomed? It's hard to tell if we've bottomed. It seems like we've stabilized. Well, what do you see going out there? Is anybody raising new money for anybody?
What do I see? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who's still standing.
They're still looking for good managers. A lot of money's going to be taken away from guys who fell.
It's a cleansing for our industry.
How can we make ourselves more attractive to your investor base?
Give me a 10% year.
We're hoping to have a high single-digit last quarter of this year, so we'll have to take it from there.
Perfect. Now there are no more
Excuses. I mean, you weathered this storm.
Now deliver some returns.
When you have people chanting, you need some aspirin for your migraines. They have thousands of people outside or hundreds of people outside chanting, you know, fat cats and pigs and dressed up like pigs and greed painted on their face.
And don't forget about the pink girls.
Code pink, code blue, call it code purple, call it code red. I'm calling it
SOS.
Code disaster that's happening here in the market. You know what? I think it'd be a better idea if we went out through the Pine Street exit out the back.
Back door?
Yeah, the back exit.
I use the back when I go to eat lunch sometimes.
I mean, you guys are talking about going out the back like some.
No, nobody wants to just run into a bunch of people with masks on like it's Halloween.
Everybody's protesting.
Look,
you got people wearing pig faces.
You know what?
Girls in pink.
You know what? This is what we do. We're three guys. We're gonna sum it up to Beth. Beth, what do you think?
Let's go out the back.
The joke in the VIX is to settle spot disputes that they'll have a dance-off. This is Benny. He's actually doing a little dance-off move right there.
Anyone in particular?
Coming up next on Wall Street Warriors.
We're in a full-blown depression.
Right now, it's a matter of survival. You just want to get through the day without doing anything catastrophic.
We are witnessing history. Wow. This has been just down, down, down. Oh my God, it's $28 million.
You couldn't defend this move no matter who you were.
I got clients yelling at me like I actually control what's going on.
When I'm making money for my clients, they love me. But when they're losing money, I'm underneath their shoe. They say you're a scumbag, you little piece of shit.
In the investment community here in the U.S., there is no interest for an investment in Russia.
This is a one-time opportunity when the Russian market is so low to get into the Russian market.
Okay, you're not getting it, Natalia.
But you're not understanding where I'm coming from.
Conversation's over. We're moving ahead.
The history of Chicago in finance is a fascinating one. It goes back to the mid-1800s with the founding of the Erie Canal in upstate New York and the need to ship grain from the Midwest to the East Coast. And through that, in 1848, the Chicago Board of Trade was formed as an agricultural hedging market. And then the Chicago Board Options Exchange followed in 1973. The CBOE created a way, for the first time in the history of finance, to have a secondary market in option trading.
500 up! From a traditional standpoint, New York was always equity trading, and Chicago was more commodity trading. At a half, Chicago launched the first equity options and subsequently options on ETFs, and pretty much anything that the equity exchanges list will list options on.
Chicago is revered as the real center of innovation in futures and options markets.
As it turns out, these products are really the high point of the markets right now.
It has become more and more evident that as part of the broader financial system, not only of the US, but of the world, Chicago is a very key component.
Chicago's always been a secondary market to New York. Now I think you're starting to see a shift, especially in an electronic world.
Between Chicago and New York, I think there's a huge personality difference and character difference in the way they operate. New Yorkers have an attitude. They'll let you know, that they're the ones with the big stick, so to speak. I think there's more street smarts in Chicago. You've got more these upper crust kind of traders in New York. The guys who come out of the best universities, they go right to New York. Here in Chicago, you got the guys who came up from the streets. 100.
With everything happening in the markets and the credit crisis, it is very stressful. A lot of stocks are trading a lot lower, multiples lower than where they were even just a year ago. Customers are reacting to what's happening, and a trade desk is overwhelmed.
About transferring it then is you're not, liable taking that money out.
There's a lot of uncertainty. And so you have customers who are getting out of their positions, or they just want to be in cash.
People call in, look to their brokerage firm, thinking we might have the answer.
Yes, it is.
People are realizing that we don't know if this is the bottom yet.
Pretty much everybody who has a 401k has taken a real big hit.
If you're transferring an IRA and it's already existing, no, there's no.
We're just trying to help our customers monitor their risk and minimize, losses as best we can.
We have had a number of people who have broken down, a few tears, people losing, a good amount of money.
No one's immune to it, including Thinkorswim.
Yeah, but you're the old one out there.
You see brokerage firms going out of business that were literally pillars of stability.
Oh, we're down.
We're down.
Everybody's feeling the heat. It's an ugly world. We're seeing a different level of activity and a lot more concern. Now we're dealing with the same number of clients, but a much higher ratio of stressed clients. It's not going to be last month kind of numbers. My biggest concern is that it's going to be a long time before we're able to realize value again. But we're a machine as far as opening accounts. Market has not been defensible on any level. So whether you're a retail customer or an institutional customer or a hedge fund investor, it is essentially a bloodbath.
Customers are scared in general across the brokerage industry.
Thinkorswim, this is Paul. May I help you?
Oh my God. So we've chosen today to switch offices. It's also election day. Oh, this is so much better than the old office. I think this is my desk, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna find my hair clippers. I have some here in the office I keep for emergency purposes. I guess my barber was supposed to see me around 9, 10 o'clock to give me a cut, but today's election day, and he hasn't called. Let me see if one of these guys can give me a haircut. Tariq, do me a favor. Yeah. Could you give me a haircut?
Are you serious?
Where's your barber? My barber's not here. You see, my barber is still voting.
You want him to cut your hair?
Or you?
I don't know how to cut it.
You serious? Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
Yo, you owe me big time for this.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't screw me over.
You lucky we take care of each other around here, man.
But listen, can you make it really a nice haircut?
I'm gonna do this better than the guy that cuts your hair. You nervous, buddy? I got you. All right. So
So what's up, man? How's the day going?
It should be a very, very interesting day. I think everybody is just ready for something different.
Hey, man, you looking like a new guy already.
Wow, you did a excellent job.
Uncertainty is never a good thing for traders to have on their minds. Tonight, we'll find out who our next president is. I kind of hope that the markets will rally, but the reality is the markets are going to continue to churn and try to seek a bottom.
Right.
The silver lining in this is there are opportunities for anyone that has cash across the board. Yeah, okay, I got it. That sounds great. Today, I have a meeting with Natalia Sokolova. Her expertise was Russia, and she's very good at it. She's very well connected.
I'm very excited to actually have this opportunity because I really believe that Russian market is a great place for investments right now. There is some fear with the current political situation, but those who don't mind taking a little risk to actually enter the market right now will reap great returns in the future.
Rich?
Yeah.
They were talking about apparently shooting missiles at a U.S. satellite.
Okay, thanks a million.
You're welcome.
What I just heard from my trading desk is that there's some kind of saber rattling out of Putin. It's not going to be investor friendly, so I think Natalia has to change her focus. If I could refocus her to an area where deals can close, I think it could be very profitable for all of us. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let me go. Everybody's going crazy in the office. There's a lot of running around. We're getting wired up phone systems, the internet systems. What better day to do it but on election day?
Everybody's kind of on a high and we're all very excited, but we're also very distracted. It's just something in the air and, it's changing. We're changing offices, country's going to be going through change. A little stressful.
We have a historical election going on today. Either we're going to have our first African-American president or our first female vice president. It's making everyone proud to be an American and seeing that the political system actually does work. We like our new location here. I got a great view of the Chrysler building, and the New York Stock Exchange, again, is right downstairs from us, so everything is looking really good here. You should never have windows that open up on Wall Street, right? I'm telling you, man. If it gets bad, that's why these brokers jump out of the window.
Got something for you.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Thank you very much.
So I just come back from Moscow.
Yeah.
So with everything that's going on in Russia and US, I thought it was appropriate toy to bring.
How was your trip? What was the overall feeling?
A little tense.
It appears that Russia is reverting back to the old days in a Cold War, though. I mean,
No.
Are you seeing that or not really?
It's more about the currency. All the Russian trading is based on US dollar.
Right.
So that's why they're blaming US for
No question
losing.
that the U.S. exported this financial crisis.
The conclusion is definitely there is opportunities because Russian market crashed harder than any other market in the world. It crashed 60%.
I was kind of hoping that we could get you to retool and refocus and start to look at some of the projects that we have here in the U.S. and some of the other emerging markets with lesser political risk.
Yeah, but maybe political situation got worse, but the opportunities got better because the prices of everything went
It's
down.
not an opportunity if you can't cash out.
In 2 years from now, the Gazprom is going to be up to a $380 stock price, which was less than a month ago, and right now it's trading at $86. So
I don't think there's any urgency for a resource play when we're going into a global recession.
Yeah, but at least unlike US, Russia has all the natural resources. Russia has all the mining and gold and oil, and it's backing up all their assets based upon the natural resources that they have. US doesn't really have that much.
She's very determined, but just to retool her and refocus her is absolutely killing me.
Everybody in the trading crowd is basically on top of each other. I mean, 200 grown men packed together with that much space. So any motion you make and anything you do is going to affect somebody near you. And if that person just had a bad trade or something just went wrong during the course of the day for that person, suddenly that inadvertent little twist you're doing becomes an elbow to him, and then we got a problem.
People get heated. You're negotiating how to split up trades, which translate directly into money.
Well, how many do you have in the crowd? We've got 300.
keep talking about?
Your job is to trade with the broker. So if you have a guy in front of you that jumps out of his spot and jumps in front of you and gets on the trade, he might have just taken food off your table. So right now you have a problem with him. And then you might have a problem with the broker for not trading with you originally when you thought maybe you were first. 2-6. Not only are you mad at the broker, you're mad at this guy, but the bottom line is you know you're going to hear from your own company.
Earlier this week, there was some hostility between myself and another broker who I've stood next to for 3 years and never had a hitch. But the market dictates that you're trying to do something for your customer and he's trying to do the same thing for his.
I want the best price for my company, they want the best price for theirs, and if you get a couple guys in between, you have 4 different problems you have to deal with in a matter of 30 seconds.
It's a dog-eat-dog world. That's what capitalism is about.
You know, there's so much ego, so much competition in the crowd, so things could get heated up real quick.
200!
You know, it's hard. There's a lot of money involved, and there's a lot of pressure and a lot of pride to do well.
Yes, 200! If you got to get in his face, because, you know, you have to do what you have to do.
Yes, I've had to separate many guys, myself included. I mean, I didn't separate myself, but other guys have separated me.
Definitely have to be someone that can just roll with the punches. But there's days that I've snapped.
Think you're swimming, Scott. May I help you?
I mean, we're probably the only $500+ million company that has their largest shareholder sitting on the middle of the trade desk.
Yeah, no, I see. Let me see, hold on. Wow, it's not often that you can say that you're witnessing history. This has been a couple months of just constant, just down, and it's like a slow torture. Oh my God, it's $28 million in, well, how much is that? Hold on. When somebody calls up and says, I'm long this stock that my grandmother left me, and, you know, it's lower than where she bought it, you know, what can I do? And, you know, it takes a little more hand-holding. I talk people out of more trades than I talk them into, because my interest is the same as yours. I want to see you make money. If they make money and they like our service and they like the suggestions, they're never going to leave, which is great.
For the year?
Yeah, I'm giving it back to them.
You're giving back 13 grand.
Well, I think the 11. I don't know about all 13.
I don't think there's any upside in selling tickets to a show that nobody's going to go to. Just today, I understand that Putin has threatened to take a U.S. satellite out of the sky. Why would anybody possibly want to invest when this man is running the country?
So you say that we should just block the whole international investment and live within our countries,
I mean, there's
and
no
don't
question,
go outside of it?
no question that there are opportunities, but there are opportunities that we're not going to take advantage of at this time. The problem is, in the investment community here in the U.S., which is really where I focus, there's no interest for an investment in Russia.
This is a one-time opportunity when the Russian market is so low to get into the Russian market, because a year from now, the price is going to be triple of that.
Okay, you're not getting it, Natalia. We have zero appetite in an investment in Russia today.
Look at the China investing in Russia, the Russian
Natalia,
resources.
I think you've got to just totally refocus and look away.
Rich, perhaps I can understand where you're coming from, but you're not understanding where I'm coming from.
Conversation's over. We're moving ahead.
There's a voting poll that I'm registered at right here at Trinity Place, just down the block. In a few minutes, when the market closes, I'm gonna head down there to the poll and I'm gonna flick the switch. Mac, are you ready to go vote?
Of course.
After you? After you? Out of all elections, this is one that I really feel. And I think the entire nation feels it, because we're totally distressed. This is a very important day today.
Of course, it's history.
History. It's a little bit, I'm a little nervous though.
I think we all are.
How do you feel about it, Mac?
I feel great.
Okay. Well, Trinity is this way. Being here on Wall Street, we've watched the debacle of the housing market and also of the financial markets.
Can't say we never did anything. To be part of history.
I've seen my home value diminish, my retirement accounts diminish, and we need change.
Okay, here's Trinity right here.
And now to make a right, and
It's got to be that way.
yeah, there's nothing back
There's
there.
nothing behind us. Man, Phil will find it. Hope so.
And it's getting dark.
We're lost.
The nation right now is at a standstill, and that's why I'm gonna do what I have to do to bring change.
I'd rather sit back here. You guys don't want to go sit inside the bar, do you? The market's been down significantly 8 days in a row. There is obviously a lot of stress. It's sometimes real good to go out after work, relieve a little bit of that pressure, and talk to people that you went through it with. All right, Gary, since I don't want to sit by you, go sit on that side.
Good, shoot, I was worried about that. I want cruiser on the side of me. Yay. Hands on the table, go Sammy. Okay, very good.
With this kind of financial meltdown the country's experiencing right now, it's not going to get any better for us.
The crash of
Because it's
87,
our
how
fault
many
now.
market makers-
If you say I'm a trader, don't you cringe sometimes? You're out socially, and you don't know somebody, and the question comes up, what do you do for a living?
I'm a doctor.
And if you, I mean, but I mean, if you say the word trader, it's almost like you're looked down on as you're doing something wrong. And I mean, I know you bust your ass, you bust your ass. That's what we do down here. Yet the connotation is we're lazy, stuffing our pockets with money, and that's what we do.
Because we've been glorified through movies and through news items and this and that. Well, this guy, you know, billion-dollar company, blah, 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 blah. All they hear to see is dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs.
People have been watching Wall Street
bonuses.
forever. Yeah, greed is good, greed is
Right.
great. You watch the Wall Street movies, like Boiler Room. The big execs were the ones that just took Wall Street down, and we're the ones that are paying the price as traders. Oh, you're one of those guys. It's not fair.
I mean, everybody, I'm
It's
sure
totally
everybody sitting at this table has a hard luck story, whether it's a family member, whether it's you yourself.
We're affected by this too. Our families are affected by this
Sure.
too. We want a solution just like everyone else.
When the market goes down, everybody loses money. It's not like a trader has different parameters in his account. I mean, if the 401k goes down for one person, it goes down for everybody else too. You know what I mean?
No, sir. Sir, when things was good, didn't we take care of you? So things are gonna get better, all right? Take care, sir. You too. Clients don't know what to do. They don't know whether to keep their money in or pull their money out. And we're the ones getting kicked in the ass for it.
Dude, you look like this is Wall Street, man. You gotta have those batteries in your back.
I'm freaking beat. I ate nothing. The last thing I want to get is a fucking aggravating phone call. I got clients yelling at me all day long, you know, like I actually control what's going on.
Listen, I got people constantly, every single day, screaming and yelling at me. When I'm making money for my clients, I'm their best friend in the world. That's how much they love me. But when they're losing money, guess what? You know, I'm right here. I'm underneath their shoe, the bottom. They say you're a freaking scumbag. I can't believe, oh yeah, you little piece of shit. I get these sayings to me sometimes, and you know what? I have to be respectful and I keep my composure. Because right now I can understand the psyche of what's going on.
Throughout America, everybody's hurting right now. Everybody's got a problem. Families are getting thrown out of their houses.
We're in a full-blown depression. Whether anybody wants to
I like that
acknowledge it or
word
not,
too.
You know, it's
The-
true.
the big three start laying people off. I think we're in for some bad trouble here.
I mean, Obama gets in. What do you guys think?
I don't think Obama's going to come in and change the world. I think
Right.
that in this country, obviously, though, like you were saying,
2
though, it'd be
years,
nice to have governments that are at least accountable for what they're doing.
Obviously, we're going to get some optimism, but I mean, I don't know. My feeling it's going to be short-lived. There's still 3 auto companies in trouble, and there's still a couple financial firms failing.
I think it's great for Chicago. If he gets in, at least this president's going to know where the state of Illinois is.
It's not going to be a bad thing that Obama's in presidency.
Well, he's a Sox fan.
I know, Chicago, man. There's Chicago. And everything else is going to come good out of this presidency.
I agree.
Dude, this is like heart-wrenching right here. I got clients bitching and moaning to me about their 401ks and their pension plans. This freaking election here is giving me an ulcer.
This is stressing me all out, man, you know.
Look at this guy. John McCain's already taken West Virginia. He's got Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina, West Virginia. This guy's taken all of the states that he was predicted to take. Barack Obama has so far won Illinois. Electoral votes. Wait a minute, things have changed. Oh, that's because he got Illinois. He just got Illinois. Illinois is how many 21 electoral votes. He's got fucking New Jersey. He's on a roll. The guy's on a roll now. All right, I'm feeling a little bit better. 81-39, all right. Holy smokes.
This is like a sport right now.
Look at that, Virginia needs about another 168 to go. If he gets Pennsylvania, it's in the bag. He's got it. And, he's got Pennsylvania.
I told you. It says, it's right there. I could drink to that right there.
Well, let's drink to that. I'll take this shot. I was given this pen by a client, and they asked me, do I believe in change in Wall Street? And I said, I do believe in change in Wall Street. And that's what we're trying to provide to everyone. The same way Mr., or should I say now, President Obama is providing to the world. America is a place of opportunity where you can come from anywhere and you can make your dreams come true. And I'm glad to be part of history today.
Hello? And I'm not sure if Phil is planning to really bulk up this winter or what. It just seems like an ungodly amount of protein over there. So I think somebody's planning on bulking up. And it's not me. It's definitely not me.